Well, think of it like this. When that young person comes to church for an hour a week, okay, 2 hours a week, do we really genuinely believe that we're going to, in that 2 hours a week, overcome the 900 plus hours that they're getting from the world? By doing what? Telling them little fairy tales and fables? I mean, they come with real questions. How'd they fit 2 of every, 7 of some, 10 billion species of animals on a wooden boat? And then many times, what do we do in the church? We break out the rinky-dinky little boat pictures. True story, Mr. Ray. I was in Florida speaking at a church, big church, got bushes up all over the place, and I'm speaking, and I showed that picture right there, and the entire audience just went still and turned to the left and looked at the wall. And I was like, I couldn't see the wall because the bushes. I'm like, that's a weird response. So I leaned out and I saw the wall. I said, oops, I'm in trouble. I didn't realize the pastor's daughter had just painted that little rinky-dinky boat on the wall. Oh, that pastor chewed me up. He spit me out, bro. I'm telling you, he killed me. Look, this is an illustration. I don't know if you have this in your church.
No.
I'm not mocking. I'm just saying, if this is the image that you're giving to a generation that's being asked genuine questions, and that's a fair question. How'd they fit 2 of every, 7 of some, 10 billion species? Well, how do we answer that? Because if you don't, I can tell you what's happening. You let them grow up with that little rinky-dinky boat picture. By the time they're 22, they're gone. Because that's a fairy tale, that's a fable, and we have real answers. We don't have, look, I see these children's books with those pictures, and they break my heart, and they're all kinds. I mean, you think that's a joke?
I'm sorry.
This is a real children's book.
I love the whale in the
this
bottom.
is a real children's
Remember,
book.
you can have a hole out the side, and the whale could be the propeller.
Yeah, breathe the propeller. But you know how much power this has? I'm in Kentucky. They don't know who I am. I'm doing a youth study in this house and then going over to do the church, right? And the guy introduced me. This is Carl Kirby here. He's here. He's going to, talk about any questions you guys might have. And this young lady, first question, I'm not exaggerating, first question out of the chute, how'd they fit the whales on the ark? I laughed.
Yeah.
I thought she was joking.
Oh, yeah.
She was genuine.
Wow.
These images have an impact. Because not only do the children see them like this, so we have this picture of the rinky-dinky boat, then we get guys like Mr. Penn Jillette saying things like this.
Now it's time to turn to Genesis 6, 11 through 13, Noah's Ark. Read along.
There's no way you can get 2 of everything on a boat.
Animals and arks is kind of silly.
It's just a little far-fetched.
So they see the picture, they hear that, and what are they saying? This is a fairy tale.
Yeah.
And then you get a guy like Michael Shermer, and he comes along and he says this.
There's no possible way that Noah could have retained all 10 billion species on a single boat and then distributed them appropriately where the marsupials are all in Australia and so forth. This is just ridiculous. It is so ridiculous, I find it embarrassing for people who attempt to prove that it's true.
Dr. Shermer went to a Christian college as a creationist.
Wow.
He got taught evolution, rejected everything, and now he is one of the nastiest guys you're going to run into when it comes to Christianity. It's ridiculous. Look, when you teach, how many animals did they have to take onto the boat? How big was the boat? How big were the animals? And that's what we do in one of our debunked videos. I know I talk about them a lot, but this question right here, we want to answer it, and we do so in that debunked video that they can get on our app free of charge, because it goes through how many, how big, and all that type of a thing. Because when you can answer that question, then good things will happen. You see, I think that what we do as families is we sit down and start having conversations about these issues. We bring the question. So here comes a young person. We don't mock them for bringing them. We don't shush them. I can't tell you how many times growing up, I'm in church, good boys don't ask those questions. Well, hold up. I go to the world, I ask questions, and they're cool with it. I come to church and you tell me to be quiet. Why are you guys afraid of questions? You see, I think that's what we have to do. So they bring it. Is there evidence for a global flood? Hey, let's go take a look at the world around us. Take a look at the folding and the strata. Take a look at all the geologic layers. And we talk about geology, and the answer is there when you read Genesis 7. And then they come in, and we give them answers. Did you know there's more subterranean water today? To this day, there's more subterranean water than there is on the surface of this planet?
Yeah, we've done some programs on that. That's just an amazing fact to show people.
And where'd the water come from? Oh, there's plenty of water, so we can deal with that. Then you've got the questions of where did it all go to? 2/3 of the planet is covered in water. I wonder where it went. Hello, I don't know. I don't have a clue. But you see, when we bring these questions and we deal with them, when we teach them how to answer these questions, what we have done is we've prepared them, we've given them answers so that now they can go out into the culture. And when the mocking happens and when the questions come, why would a loving God allow death and suffering? What about carbon dating? What about? They're not going to be chewed up and spit out. They're going to be able to give an answer for the reason for the hope that lies within them with meekness and fear. You see, I am doing this because I'm so passionate, because about 13 years ago, a little over that, my son told me I was going to be a grandparent. And when he told me that, my heart fell through the floor. These are my 5 grandchildren, my wife, my mother-in-law. My heart fell through the floor because I was like, I see the world and I know where it's going. Who is going to be there to pour into my children? And so I made a decision to go after the younger generation, the 20s, 18s, the teens, in that age range. Why? Because they're going to have a bigger impact on my grandchildren's generation than I will. So I made a decision to go after them.